Okay, at this time we'll go ahead and get started with our first afternoon session. Been joined by Missouri's Maty Mauk. We do have 2 floor mics out there, so if you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get a mic over to you. Questions for Maty? We'll start here on the right, second row.
Maty, what have you done to take the next step in your development in the offseason?
The main thing for me was I got to be more consistent. Last year, I mean, I had my ups and downs. I did everything. You know, we won, but sometimes it was sloppy. I don't want it to be sloppy. But the main thing is I don't want to talk about it. I want to go out there and do it. You know, I got to improve on some accuracy. I've been doing things to improve that. You know, we've been out there every day. We got young receivers, but there's no excuses for us not to compete at a high level, and our guys buy into what we do. And you know, we've been training just like everybody else in the country, and we start here in a couple weeks and we'll be ready to go.
Maty, we'll switch to the left side here, standing by the door. Go ahead.
Maty, you're one of the most experienced quarterbacks in the league, and yet not a lot of people seem to be talking about you. Do you feel a little bit underrated, disrespected going this season?
No, I'm not worried about what anybody else thinks. I'm at Missouri, wherever they are, that's where they're at. My job is to win football games, whether it's sloppy or not. We win football games. We're back-to-back SEC champs, and we're coming for a third. You know, we're going to be ready. But I mean, it's not even a respect thing anymore. We're going to be disrespected. We're going to be at the bottom of everybody's polls, and you know, it's just something we can't control, so we're not going to worry about it.
We'll switch back over to the right side in the back of the room. Go ahead. How
rewarding was it to win a second straight Eastern Division title?
You know, it felt great, but we got to win the whole thing. We've been there. We know what we got to do. So you know, we got to get there for a third time, and we got to come out on top of the whole thing, and that's going to be the better feeling.
Left side, second row. Go ahead.
Maty, which one of your current wide receivers do you see stepping into that #1 role?
You know, I think both of our tight ends are going to be tremendous receivers for us, Sean Culkin and Jason Reese. But receiver-wise, I look at Nate Brown to really break out, a Jamon Moore on the outside, and then you know, I mean, I truly believe all of our receivers can do it. You know, there's not a guy I'd trade. I mean, we have some depth last year. I mean, you look and there was Darius, Bud, and Jimmy were our majority throws. This year, I mean, yeah, we're young, but you know, everybody has their different talents, and you know, we're going to try to expose those guys in every way we can. And you know, we've been working on it every day, and you know, we're going to come ready to go on August 5th.
Back of the room on the left. Go ahead.
Hey, against most of your toughest opponents, I believe your quarterback rating was 27. How can you be more consistent in that?
You know, just really, I mean, you know, I got to go on with what we're doing and make sure I understand what they're doing on defense. You know, get our guys the ball, and you know, sometimes it might be sloppy, but you know, 27 QBR rating, whatever it is, 14-4 as a starter. You know, I'm going to take wins over that. It's not. I'm not a guy that's going out there for stats. I'm here to win football games.
Right side on the second row on the aisle here. Go ahead.
The conference has placed the Arkansas-Missouri game at the end of the year, trying to create a rivalry situation. Amongst the players, do y'all sense any rivalry with the Razorbacks at the end of the year?
You know, a little bit. It was the first year, but you know, it does have Kansas in it. So I mean, that was our old rival. So I mean, I guess it brings a little bit, but you know, it is a rival game. So you got to be ready for it. But you know, we're gonna play every game like it's a rival game. I mean, you got to be prepared every weekend, come out and give every team your best, especially in the SEC.
Other questions for Maty Mauk? Front row here on the left.
Maty, how important is Russell Hansborough to the offense?
Unbelievably important. Not only for a guy who, I mean, he rushed over 1,000 yards, but you know, I was telling some guys earlier. I mean, the big thing for Russell is I think I've heard him say more words in the last 2 weeks than the last 3 years. You know, his leadership has really gone through the roof. You know, he's really helping these young guys get prepared. You know, but as long as Russell stays healthy, you know, I'm expecting 1,400 yards from him and you know, a breakout season.
Other questions? Right side toward the back, or in the back. Go ahead.
Is the offensive line again this year going to go with the mullets and beard look in your honor?
You know, I don't know. I thought so, but Evan came into the weight room last week or the week before with a buzz cut, so I guess I'm the only one left.
Other questions for Maty? Okay. Thank you, Maty.